Good evening and welcome back to another episode of UltrasXI podcast. I'm Joe.
And I'm Alex.
And we're back again for another week. Before we get started, again, have you bought any of our merchandise? I don't know.
Have you guys checked it out yet?
Have you even looked? I mean, we're throwing it out there.
Guys, go show us some support.
We're casting a goddamn
Check it
line.
out. Check it out. Even if you don't buy something, just let us know what you think. Let us know if you like what we got. If you know if you got some ideas, leave a comment on one of our videos on our YouTube channel. Can't leave a comment on our website, but you can leave one there.
Yeah.
So let us know what you guys
Too,
think.
just so you know, I did order the shirts. I'm waiting for it to come in. This is confirmed.
Next episode, you will see Joe
in
some different Ultras gear
I'll be
than the
wearing
black
it.
shirt that he has.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll be wearing it, and it'll be nice. So let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the results over this weekend.
Start things off on Friday.
Juve finally won.
Massive win on Juve's part. For once, we can say that.
Moise Kean scored. Got a much needed
honestly,
goal.
the one thing you will like about this game, everyone that scored, it's guys that you would never even bet on to score in a game.
I mean, Moise Kean, you would hope you could bet on him.
Not this season.
Yeah, no, obviously, but I'm saying like you would hope you could be able to bet on him.
Normally, you would hope so, but this season it hasn't been looking like that when he's been coming on or even when he's been starting.
Yeah.
But honestly, the one thing I could say about the team is after that game against Maccabi, they went to that retreat before the derby against Torino.
Yeah.
And the last two games, not even the fact that we won, even if we lost, they're just playing like an actual team now. Like you see it before the game, like they have like the team huddle. Even after the game, like I know it's the smallest thing, but it means so much because you can tell the team is like, you know what, like they got to be united and come together.
Yeah.
If they want anything to happen,
team cohesion is probably the most important part of any team being successful.
Yeah, and that was the biggest problem was getting these guys to come together because. You can't we don't. It's not like we don't have the skill.
Yeah, I was gonna say on paper you guys are a very good team.
We have the skilled players. It's just, and I guess some of them are injured, but that's no excuse, especially for teams like Maccabi Haifa, respectively, and Monza, and who else we dropped points? Salernitana.
Didn't you tie against like Cremonese as well?
No, we
Sampdoria.
Yes.
Sampdoria, who's in like dead last.
Yeah, but regardless, those are the games you should win even without your stars. But now hopefully. We don't see those, especially against the smaller teams. Now, like, the big test will be the Inter and Lazio game that we have before the World Cup. Those ones, it's going to be the test.
It just sucks
if we can beat a big team, because last year, the only team we beat was Roma.
We're not a big team.
But I'm saying, like in that whole category, like, Roma was the only team.
Yeah.
Really. And that's it. We couldn't do it against Lazio, Atalanta, Inter, Milan, Napoli, nobody.
Yeah.
This year, we have to do that, man.
If
Juve wants to come top 4, they have to.
It sucks because you guys are getting this form, which is good. It's amazing, whatever. But it just sucks at the time it's coming at. When you only have, another 3 games up until the World Cup break?
No, I think there's more than that.
3 or 4?
There's 5?
You sure?
Maybe four.
I was going to say, I feel like there's 4 more games. And, don't get me wrong, that's good to string those wins together leading up. You go on that break, whatever, you won those games. But it just sucks because you can't continue that.
You can't continue.
These guys are going to their respective national teams or not going to their respective national teams. And either they'll continue that great form that they have or they'll just be benched. Does Rabiot fit into the starting 11 of France? Some would say yes, some would say no.
He does for the most part.
No, yeah, I was going to say, for the most part, he does start, but I'm just saying, will he fit in? You don't know. It's a toss-up.
At least Chiesa will have some more time off. That's always a positive
That's why he scored in your guys' friendly amongst each other, and everyone was going, oh my God, he's back.
He did.
They probably just felt bad for him.
News.
Regardless of that.
Hey, fuck you. It's nice to see. Okay, I don't care who it's against, Joe.
Whatever, dude.
You like him too. You love him.
I do love him, but it's a friendly against your own teammates.
Shut up,
man. They're just doing it he's sick, dude. Love it. It's like you guys gas me up.
Shut up. Let's move on.
Anyways, big game against Inter and Fiorentina. Actually, I don't know if anyone watched. I was gonna say if you watched that, it was kind of exhilarating.
I think that was probably the most entertaining game.
Yeah, it was 2-0 Inter. Then Fiorentina mounted the comeback. Then Inter took the lead. Then Fiorentina caught up again. And then Inter in the last minute, I believe, scored another goal.
Dude,
King Henrik, Roma legend.
I thought it was over. I'm like, hey, you know what? Inter tie, beautiful.
Yeah.
Juve won on Friday. That's a beautiful result for us. And then 90th minute, obviously, but Inter's that team. You can never count them out.
It's nice to see
They're
that
still
Luka
like that.
Jovic scored, honestly, because of how he could have almost fit into the category.
The last
of
couple years have not been the
players
best
that
for him.
disappeared.
Yeah.
So then Sunday, we're just sticking with Serie A right now. Sunday, it was
I'm surprised you even jumped there. I'm surprised you even went there, man.
At the end of the day, it's a team.
Obviously, no one cares about that. Napoli beat Roma 1-0.
Yeah, Lazio beat Atalanta that day.
I don't know if did you watch the game?
No. I was
King
at a
Osimhen.
No. See, there was a thing with my
just absolutely.
No. I didn't see it. So it never happened.
I don't even know the word to use.
You know what? First half, Roma was
made Smalling look like he was a Serie D defender.
No, he made Smalling look like Smalling usually does.
No. Smalling all game was the only reason Roma was in that game.
Yeah, okay.
The whole game,
King
and then that 1
Cristante,
second,
baby.
that literally for 5 seconds, Smalling turned into Maguire and didn't know what he was doing, and then. Respects to Osimhen because dude,
that was a
finishing from that
great
angle
shot, man.
and like that, and then some of the chances he was missing before, like the goalie he was saving, I was like, man, how didn't he finish that? And then he finishes that, I was like, dude, this guy's something else.
It just kind of bothers me because my biggest thing is like I understand the whole Mourinho tactical approach. He's never been this high flying offense or whatever it is. Like, and I honestly get that. One of Roma's biggest downfalls since we've even been a relevant team, if we were a relevant team, has always been our defensive solidity. You know, it was never actually getting the goals because you saw like we were always a high flying offense. It was we'd concede a shit ton of goals.
Yeah.
So like now the biggest thing is we're not conceding that many goals. But now our offense sucks, and we're lacking like that killer instinct.
Tammy's really
with Tammy out of form. It's like, and again, everyone's like, oh, but you keep on talking highly of Zaniolo. Yeah, okay, Zaniolo's great, but Zaniolo's never been that guy that he puts up these crazy numbers to get these goals. It's like Chiesa. Chiesa doesn't put up crazy numbers to like get goals or whatever.
He just scores those goals.
But he scores those crucial goals.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he is that difference maker that actually brings the fight to the defense.
But I feel like Zaniolo, I feel like he can be a bit more creative. Like I feel like he has that
100%.
to him, and I feel like he can be like that guy to just start something. And, and that's where he
it just
games
sucks.
like that, he has to step up, grab the ball and say, "Hey guys, you know what?" and do something. Well, dude, give a ball to Tammy and then get him to finish it. If he fucks up, that's on him.
He can't finish anything right now.
But you got to give him the chance.
No, and I know the only bright spot of our attack against Napoli was honestly Zaniolo.
Yeah.
And he was tormenting that defense with his speed, his power, and everything like that. It just sucks that
off that game.
Yeah, I honestly think Roma right now, their attack without Dybala, when he was there, Dybala, there was like they already formed some sort of reliance on him.
Oh yeah,
because you knew like he's gonna get the goal for you, and he like when he's there, he's there. It's like you guys said. I'm not disagreeing with anything you guys said about Dybala. I 100% agree. It's just Roma needs to remember that last year Dybala wasn't here.
Yeah,
he wasn't with Roma, and Tammy was doing extremely well. Pellegrini was shining like the star he is. You know, like. There was all these things, and what Dybala comes, he's supposed to add to that star power and that firepower, but instead they're treating it as like it's a crucifix. Yeah. You know, it's their own like cross to bear.
Or is it just a little Mourinho conspiracy, and he's just telling Tammy not to perform so no one buys him next year?
I said this to you yesterday when you said that. I mean, when
dude,
whatever.
I was thinking about it, man.
It makes sense.
It's been on my mind all day. I was like, man, I wonder like if Mourinho's actually told him like, hey,
dude,
yo, take it easy this year.
Even in when what's his name, when Tammy was out of form. Mourinho never even thought twice to sub him out.
Yeah.
Eldor Shomadov would just stay on the bench, or he'd come on as a left wing back and replace someone else. This is the only year, like, okay, I get it. Belotti is kind of like our backup striker fighting for that first spot.
He is your backup striker.
But, like, when Tammy's on form, Belotti doesn't hold a candle next to him. But why is he now actually looking at Tammy and saying, all right, buddy, see you later, sit on the bench. Like, I'm going to bench you or I'm going to take you out. Like, I think it is because he knows there is that buyback and he doesn't want to activate it. Maybe.
I think for that, I think it's more like that he's
just
I do believe in the conspiracy. But I do believe it's Mourinho just trying to, kind of push him a little bit, like, hey, sub him off, get him pissed off, so then next game, he kind of scores a goal or two, and then he says, okay,
Mourinho
now
does work in a weird way like that.
He does. That's why he's always playing head games.
I hope he actually, eventually finds his feet again, Tammy, because God fucking knows we need that right now. Yeah. And it's, again, I don't like relying on one guy.
No.
I hate relying on Dybala. When's he coming back? No.
You need to be...
You did it last year without him?
To be successful and to be a good team, that's what separates you. When you have that your one-star player that goes out, that you have someone that's going to be able to step up and, cover those... The stuff that he would do and create those chances that guy would make or whatever. Yeah. But if you don't have that, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to score goals. You're going to lose the games that you should be winning.
Again, when you look at the table, it's only 11 games in. For Roma and even Juve, it's not just like whatever.
Yeah.
On the outside, you look, Roma dropped points against the top team or whatever, a top 4 team. But Napoli's undefeated this year.
Yeah.
Only team I think in the world at this point that is undefeated.
There's a couple. Of them.
No, like even in Europe, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're untouched in Europe too.
Oh yeah.
Like so, I'm trying to say like in every competition, not just within the league.
Yeah.
And like so, losing to Napoli 1-0 with that high flying offense that they have, like that's pretty decent right there. I don't take it as like a downfall or whatever. But I mean, it's an open table still. We're only 2 points from top 4. I do hope Roma finishes top 4. I hope your team finishes top 4 as well.
I hope so too. Hopefully Lazio doesn't finish top 4.
Yes. Wow, thank you for saying that. Kind of surprised. But honestly, in a perfect world, that table could stay the way it is, except Lazio and Atalanta, drop, Juve, Roma, slide into that top 4.
Just saying Inter stays
Inter
out of top 4.
Inter Merda, fuck you, Sano.
Wow.
Fuck you, Sano.
Gabe, let's say that would happen. Where do you think Inter would finish, though?
5th.
Yeah? Europa League, you think so?
Yeah.
Or you think they would go
5th
right
or
to
6th.
right to conference?
Honestly, I would
This is the conference.
I would love if they made it to 6th place and they went to Conference League just because Sano says it's a made-up competition and just because Mourinho won it last year doesn't make it relevant and Conte's better than him. Yes, I'm still butthurt about that comment.
Next year, Conte goes back there and he wins the Conference League.
Exactly. If he wins it, then, he could do it in Europe. Fuck you, Conte. You lost this week. And on that note, we will talk about the Premier League and we'll talk about how this weekend, actually, I'm on the wrong date. That's awkward. This weekend, actually, Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool.
So they did not only just beat West Ham, they also beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Nottingham Forest is making
at least West Ham could be like, hey, guys, it wasn't just us now. It's not that bad.
So they're not alone. Literally, you'll never walk alone.
See, Zach, it's not that bad.
No, I like what Dean Henderson did when he... When after the game, what he did to the fans.
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
No.
He waved to them and then he looks, he's like, I'm like, yeah, there it is, buddy. Good for you. You celebrate that win. It's just funny seeing Liverpool, they get all these guys, spend that money on Darwin Nunez.
How do they beat City and then they lose to Nottingham Forest? I don't get them.
Football heritage. That's what it is.
I really don't get Liverpool as a team.
No, I'm telling you, this year's Liverpool's downfall. But
that City game, they completely shut them down. They dominated.
Well, maybe they're just big game team. Does that make sense? Big team.
You're telling me they're dropping every game against these small teams.
I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't see Liverpool as being a threat this year as much as they were in the past. And I mean, I think that's kind of obvious considering they're in 8th place this year. And Man U, who everyone's criticizing for being dog shit and blah, 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 and Harry Maguire, but whatever, they're ahead, actually, Man U, of Liverpool. So, I mean, it just kind of puts things into perspective how Man U gets a stick right away and all this shit.
I was honestly surprised when I saw that.
Yeah,
before.
Dude,
I didn't know Man U was
I feel bad, too, because
table.
Man U, it's not as if, they're doing bad. Considering what they were, whatever. But when you think about the Prem, it's a solid league, man. The amount of money in there that any team could beat any team. The only team I feel that's guaranteed to win every week is Man City because of Haaland and De Bruyne. Honestly,
clearly, except when they play Liverpool, then that's the only time you got to question them.
That's literally the only team I look at. I'm like, yeah, you know what? If you're a betting Man City, bet on them all the time and bet on Haaland to fucking score a goal
brace.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Do a parlay.
Man U tied against Chelsea. Yeah. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone it's not working right now. Poor thing. No, it was a good game though.
It was, but on Chelsea's part, I feel that's. I know Man U's trying to figure it out right now, and Ten Hag, you are starting to see his team come together. But Chelsea should have had that game, man.
Well, I mean, it was kind of a really boring game until what 75th minute.
Yeah.
When was the first goal scored? I have to look into that. I think it was the 70th. No, even worse, 87th minute.
It was a pen.
So that's when it kind of kicked off though. And the 80th minute on, that's when you started seeing both the teams actually say, like, hey, why don't we actually start attacking? Let's start doing something, you know?
Yeah, I think we should try to win this game, actually.
You know, Lissandro Martinez got into a fight with Mason Mount, which honestly I would have loved to see.
I would have.
That's when I saw Lissandro Martinez just size him up. I'm like, dude, just fucking hit him. Just swing. And I love Mason Mount. He's a great player, but like, I don't know. Lissandro Martinez, he's small. He's
but
cute.
he's a little scrappy guy too, dude.
5'9" of just fucking aggression and anger, dude. I love that for him. So I wanted to see that.
He's got the short man syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. We have to
scrap everybody.
We have to prove we're better than everyone else. Pushes Jorginho to the ground. You know what? Honestly, that was for the Italians. I think he did it on purpose because this guy could score every single penalty shot for fucking Chelsea, but can't score against Macedonia or anyone else. So
Switzerland.
What?
Switzerland. You can't
I thought you were saying like
I'm saying Switzerland.
Swiss, like you're on the fence. I'm like, wait, what?
No, I hate Jorginho. No, I don't hate him.
No, I hate Jorginho.
He pissed me off with that whole.
I genuinely
two penalties.
hate Jorginho now because you know what? He's a dickhead.
This guy makes it seem like he's Balotelli with penalties, and meanwhile,
dude.
This guy in the biggest moments misses.
I'm mad at myself that I wanted him to win the Ballon d'Or the year Italy won the Euro.
No.
I'm genuinely pissed off, and you know, now that I look back, thank God he didn't win it.
No, fuck that.
I'm slandering his name. I'm sorry, Jorginho. But this is football. Everyone has a short-term memory, you know? Fuck you.
Well, I mean, the Tottenham game proved football heritage.
But what did I say? Conte's not that crazy of a coach. And maybe I'm discounting Newcastle here, but like...
when they are like bajillionaires and...
Yeah, I mean... But dude, when you look at their team...
Some pretty crazy signings.
Not really.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry. When you look at Newcastle's team, like when you look at that lineup, like compare it to Tottenham's lineup, they still have guys that they've had for like the last 3 to like 5 years, whatever. Like what? Sven Botman
is pretty crazy, man.
Who?
Gimares?
Gimares. Oh yeah, but okay. Look at that midfield. Matty Longstaff, Joe Willock, Arsenal reject.
Matty Longstaff, dude.
Like it's just like it's players like that. It just goes to show the impact a coach makes, right? Like you have Eddie Howe came to their team. He came to coach, and he's literally picked up what they had and kind of revitalized them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's without spending a lot of the money. Like, and they have a shit ton of money.
They have a shit ton. That's what I'm saying. Like,
they have godly
this team's
amount
gonna
of money.
As long as if they finish in a top 4 spot, or even like top 5 spot this year, you're gonna start seeing them make some actual signings because they're in Europe.
Yeah,
Newcastle could be like a scary team, man.
Someone would say they're building a new castle.
Anyways, dude, if I don't want to see Newcastle finish top 4 because, dude, once they get into that Europe thing, dude, they can turn into like a fucking PSG.
Yeah, they're done. It's
within 1 year. They're in Europe. They can make sign a whole the best starting 11, like a FIFA Ultimate team. And then next year, that's it. Buddy, they're set. Everyone's gonna want to come to Newcastle.
The scenes when Newcastle signs Santiago Munoz, and he comes on in the last game to guarantee Champions League qualification. Then he gets sold to Real Madrid with Gavin Harris.
Hey, dude, that's pretty good, man. You can actually see West Ham now without scrolling.
That's true. Proud of them.
Wow. Hey, Zach, good job, man.
Yeah, they won today. They won today against Bournemouth or whatever their name is over there. Kind of a shit game, actually. And that goal shouldn't have stood. Just gonna come out and say it. That was probably the worst VAR decision.
Yeah, I didn't see this goal. Like I saw it in the group chat. And I saw it on Twitter.
So
how bad was this?
Essentially, what happened was the ball came over. Kerr jumped for a header, and the ball literally landed right here, and his hands were legitimately like this.
Yeah.
So it hit his hands, and then it went back up, literally like a volleyball, like bump, whatever. And then it went over someone else's head, and then they tapped it in from that. Kurt Zuma like flicked on or whatever it was. And, like, I get why they didn't call it because his hands were attached to his body. They legit were like this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you remove his hands from there and it hits his stomach, it's hitting his stomach and it's just dropping down.
It's not doing that.
You know, that genuinely impacted everything about that play. So when you see something like that, it's like, what like, why?
Yeah.
Go again, this is why reevaluating this whole handball
I gotta look
rule,
this up after that sounds crazy.
Yeah, when you see the goal, you'll be like, nah, man, what the fuck? Like, Bournemouth might have been cheated from that point. Like, I mean, realistically, they were pressing them, so I feel like they probably would have scored
it was
eventually.
Bound to happen.
But, like, still, like, to go out that way kind of sucks.
That's kind of shitty.
Next team, Arsenal Southampton.
Yeah.
Arsenal dropped points.
Just like I said.
And
it's gonna start happening.
I don't know. I hope not, man. I really hope not.
Dude, everyone's hyping them up. All these Arsenal fans coming out of nowhere like they're big shit. dude, they stink still. They're gonna fall down so far down that
They play
top
fun.
four.
They play like cute soccer right now. You know,
Cute
I just don't
soccer,
understand why Ben White's playing right back for them still. It's a little bit absurd to me. Just do a weird
Arteta's
5-man
crazy,
back.
man.
Yeah, but that's
He's just.
I feel like
psycho.
that's genuinely
does
stupid.
crazy things.
Especially like in the Prem where your wing backs are usually such high flying players. Like look at Pep. Joao Cancelo basically plays as a left.
Yeah,
winger. He doesn't even play left.
You
back.
don't know. He doesn't play.
You know what I mean? Like Rodri steps back as a third center back instead. You know, like do that with Xhaka or Partey. They're big figures, slow, whatever. Throw them back there. Let Ben White play center back. And to me, Gabriel, whatever his last name is, Malonguez or whatever, he sucks. I'm sorry, I don't. I think it's Saliba and Ben White the best players.
Saliba. Everybody's talking about him like he's the next Maldini.
No, dude, I don't think he's that good. Oh, Saliba, you're saying?
Yeah.
Saliba, I do think is actually really good.
Okay, but everyone's talking this guy. He's Maldini.
No, he's
reincarnated.
He's a good modern day center back. You know, with that whole
but
like.
then in
ball
2 years
playing
you're not
shit
going to
like
hear
that.
about his name. He's going to be
Well,
like
that's
Alex
just-
Song.
Alex Sung just wanted to make money, all right? Poor thing. He wanted to be amongst the big boys and he got to play with Thierry Henry. He was happy about that. His village ate good, he said. So we're happy for Alex Song and every decision he makes. But on that note, that's essentially catching up for this week. Yeah.
Yeah, other than today's games, there was the West Ham game. They won. They finished the game 2-0. Sassuolo, it was 2-1 against Hellas Verona.
Yeah, they were winning at first, then Sassuolo came back because
Sampdoria mounted a comeback in the season, beat Cremonese 1-0. Obviously, dude, just
Sampdoria slowly they're gonna make it somehow to Europa League.
Dude, they're gonna make it out. I think Lecce's good. I think it's gonna be. I think it's honestly gonna finish like that, the bottom three, except Sampdoria and Lecce switch.
I think maybe even Sampdoria climbs up a little bit more.
Oh no, obviously.
I can't see them finishing.
I can see Monza's gonna finish in here.
Yeah.
Monza in the next 3 years, they're gonna win Champions League.
Yeah,
Berlusconi will win another Champions League.
You know what? I wouldn't put it past them. I honestly wouldn't put it past them.
He's gonna bring Ibra there because he's like, hey, you come over here, you're gonna work for me.
And
Ibra's gonna get everybody to come there. Haaland's gonna be on playing
you know
on
what? I was literally just about to say Haaland and Sorloth, the Norwegian gods, are coming to Monza because of Ibra and that whole Scandinavian connection.
That strike force.
That would be pretty crazy, actually. Then Kevin De Bruyne says, "Okay, fine, I'll retire there." Does something crazy.
Okay, who else? My agent? Okay, Delict. Okay, you're coming to Monza.
No, fuck Delict.
Fuck that guy.
Delict sucks. Am I right, dude?
Benched on Bayern now.
Yeah, for bench nerd.
Upamecano.
Dayot Upa.
Can't even play over him.
He's pretty crazy, actually. Though he's fucking huge. He's a monster.
What? Because he's big and fast.
Yeah, that's actually exactly why he's a monster.
No.
Like this is a small little Dutch boy.
Who's the size of him? The guy's like the Hulk.
Yeah, okay, dude. Dirk Coyte's better than him.
Yeah, but dude, Dirk. We discussed this this week.
I have a fetish
Coyte,
with Dirk Coyte right now, guys, because of FIFA. He's fucking unreal.
I packed him, and then I said how good he was, and Joe bought him right now. So we're both really big fans of Dirk Coyte.
Love Dirk Coyte, and honestly, I think I'm gonna grow a mullet because of
I think he's the next jersey we got to add on the wall.
Yeah.
Dude,
but I don't want a Feyenoord jersey.
No.
I want him on Liverpool.
Yeah, we'll get a Liverpool one.
Because to remind Milan fans of the nightmare in Istanbul.
Ooh. I'll put it represent the Maldini jersey.
Yeah.
Too soon?
Yeah, no, I'm down. Because Maldini, I think that's when he set the record, right?
Yeah.
For the fastest goal ever scored in Champions League history or some shit like that.
No, actually, Vlahovic beat that now last year. Pretty crazy.
Oh, my God, man.
No big deal.
Sempre Vlahovic.
Sempre Vlahovic.
Always. Football heritage. Speaking of football heritage, I want to bring up something that may be a little bit controversial. And I mean,
sempre the controversial.
It genuinely pissed me off. And I'm not discounting anything that's going on. So whatever, I'll just fast forward a little bit instead of rambling on because I tend to ramble. The Shakhtar president, Ukrainian guy, is forcing FIFA and putting pressure, applying pressure, whatever, to actually kick Iran out of the World Cup. Now, because of their actions and whatever, and they're saying for them to put Ukraine in it.
Oh, okay.
Which, okay, don't get me wrong, I am 100%, I agree, Iran should be kicked out of the World Cup because what they're doing is actually fucked up. That is not human. You shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff to even the video that surfaced that one time of the girl getting hosed down for going to a game, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So Iran should have been kicked out from the get-go, way before actually. Not even just because of what's going on now. Everything
even in
they
the qualifying.
everything they fucking done. It's never been right. So they should have been kicked out, but they didn't kick them out from the beginning. And they kicked Russia out because Russia invaded Ukraine, blah, 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 whatever. But now for the Ukraine, I agree. They should be kicked out again. I'm going to keep on reiterating that because I don't want people to think I'm like whatever. But it should not be given to Ukraine.
No.
Because what? Because he's turning around and saying Iran is supplying Russia with UAVs and drones that are coming in Ukraine.
Yeah.
That's his reasoning behind it. It's like, no.
Yeah, but
like,
it doesn't. I get what like the whole what he's saying. Whatever, they should be taken out.
Yeah, 100%.
But it shouldn't just be Ukraine just because what they're going through. Like I get it, it's bad. No one's saying it's not bad, but they shouldn't be just given a spot because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just say,
like,
hey,
it just pisses me off because this is where it comes
you guys
back
lost.
to
You didn't make it. Here's a free ticket.
And that's the thing.
In.
They played their game.
Yeah, they still
Ukraine
played it.
played their game against Wales and they lost.
Yeah.
Fair and square, you lost. Does that mean, kick around, I'll put Italy in because, they're such a big team with so much history? But I mean, I would love that. No, I'm kidding. On that note, I honestly wouldn't care for Italy to make it in.
I wouldn't want that just because, like, man, like, even then, no matter where we go, just be downplayed. Like, oh yeah, look, the only way you guys can make it is if they give it to you for free.
My thing, honestly, is at that point you kick Iran out because of what they're doing, and you bring in a team from Africa. If you want to actually show FIFA that you are trying to expand the game and show that it's equality and this and that and whatever your whole bullshit mission is that you've been fucking preaching about, that's why the World Cup's in fucking Qatar. Then maybe you should actually stand by that and put an African team in it. One of the teams that didn't qualify, that's never played in the World Cup, throw them in it. Throw a South American team that's never been in it. Yeah. Shit like that. Actually try to expand the game then. Don't fucking put Ukraine in there on a technicality. Because
you got the job on a technicality.
No, it's just annoying because like it's how you're trying to get politics now involved in the game again. It's like, dude,
don't bring politics into the sport, but then they bring politics into the sport, and
and it's just it's just an ongoing thing, and it just genuinely frustrates me that it's like again, Iran, you're not right. What you're doing, it's pretty fucking horrifying and terrible. You should be kicked out, but to say that Ukraine deserves the spot because they're at war or whatever. Yeah, no,
okay,
what about when the U.S. invaded Iraq? Are you going to throw them into every competition nationally because the U.S. did that?
Yeah.
The terrorist attacks that happened 9/11. Are you going to now go back and like whatever? Like, no, they're just a little bit unorthodox comparison, but
it's stupid because then you got to start doing it for everything.
Exactly.
No, just stop there. If you're gonna do it, kick them out. If not, hey, it's soccer, it's separate, whatever. Keep them in, but don't kick them out and then bring another team in just because.
I was gonna say if you kick them out, you kick them out.
They're going through some stuff like.
No, exactly.
That's not really that's not fair to everybody else that didn't make it.
Fucking Cyprus in there, buddy.
Yeah, for real.
Get those
dude.
doctors a chance to fucking play. Show them how to do it. Get Malta in there, buddy.
Show them that they know how to actually play soccer.
Give Goran Pandev his last World Cup ever.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Man, they beat Italy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't want that.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, no.
We
already lost them. I don't want to see them in the World Cup too.
What about South Macedonia? Get them in there instead of
you know what? Put South Macedonia in.
I agree. Get them in there.
I agree.
Or Greece. Whatever happened to Greece.
Pandev still plays on South Macedonia.
He's just all around on Macedonia everywhere.
He has the Macedonian citizenship. He can play on both.
Get the Vatican City. Get the Pope to start playing. That holy guy. That'd be pretty crazy.
Oh, dude, 100%. I'd put a bet that day Vatican wins for 100%.
100%. Yeah,
no way the Pope loses.
How do you beat religious figures?
Yeah, you can't.
They have the power of their respective God.
You can't.
You can't beat them. We're playing against priests here today, all right? Oh, God. But on that note, on priests, and I'm going to segue priests into Halloween costumes, and we're going to segue Halloween costumes into something that me and Al are going to do. Julian Valage, whatever. Our guest last week inspired this, actually. He said, since it's October, why don't you do something spooky?
Because it's a spooky season.
Never want to see you do jazz hands like that again. Spook. He's going to cast a spell on me. I don't like it. There's already a ghost at my house. Regardless of the ghost and whatever, we're going to talk about players that disappeared. Ooh, do that. You could have done the hands there. Yeah, there you go. Players that just disappeared, We're
players that, you thought that they were gonna be the next big thing, and then all of a sudden one day you're like, wait, that guy's still playing?
Yeah.
Wait,
You know, like
still
they
relevant?
were supposed to be the best thing ever,
still a
or
thing?
like they were decent at one point. And like, don't get me wrong, there's the obvious ones over here, like Ben Arfa. He was supposed to be like
Yeah.
Zidane's son. Ballo, he was supposed to be the savior of Italy. Jovinko, Hachim Bentner was
Yeah.
supposed to be
Bender was
huge at
supposed to
one
be
point.
massive.
You know, like there's a shit ton of players, but they're obvious.
Yeah.
So me and Al conjured up a little list that we're hoping is somewhat unique to what you've heard before. Question mark? I don't know if you
Exclamation mark?
I don't know if you've ever even looked into it. Question mark again. But yeah, so the first guy we have written down, I don't even think people will know this guy's name. That's how like shit he literally fell off, I think, after 2 years. Stevan Jovetic.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember
obviously
him.
I remember
I was
him.
gonna say that
I
guy.
saw him when Juventus played Fiorentina here. He
Yeah,
scored
yeah.
the goal over. Like, Juve lost 1-0, and he was on the scored. But I remember even him from Serie A because I remember there was one point that Juve was actually linked with him.
Yeah.
and he was tearing it up with Fiorentina.
Well, because that's why I was gonna say he
And,
was
like,
on Fiorentina.
I remember at that time I was like, dude, I would take him no problem.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
he
100%.
looks like a stud. Like, holy shit. And then Man City came in, and you're like, okay, this guy must be the real deal.
Yeah,
like,
and dude,
Man City's going
they
for
spent
him.
big money on. They didn't
did.
spend like 10 mil on him or whatever. It was 35 million
Yeah.
pounds. Like they spent a decent amount in that time.
That's why I was like,
for
fuck,
him.
we missed out. Like this guy's gonna be something. Like the way he was playing, man.
Yeah,
like, I was
dude.
like, nah, this
He
guy's
was the-
different.
He was the perfect like striker, false nine, attacking mid, like that creative force, but he also knew how to bang in goals.
Dude, and he had a rocket of
Yeah,
a shot on
dude.
him, man.
Just
He
raw
he would
Serbian
shoot it
power.
from
Montenegro,
anywhere.
sorry.
He would shoot it from anywhere, and it would
Yeah.
go in.
Dude, he
top
was actually
bins.
fucking filthy.
What
And
happened?
then
What happened after City?
he went to City. Then after that, I have it all written down just because I didn't even know he. Did you know he played on Inter after City?
I did know that.
See, I didn't know
remember
that. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I remember that because I remember when he went there, and I was like, "Oh, great! Now he's gonna revive his career. He's gonna come back to Serie A. Like, here he knows the league. He's gonna tear it up. Inter got this guy because I think at that time there we were linked with him again because we're linked with fucking everybody.
Yeah, I mean it's Juve. You have money. You're rich. Must be fucking
So
nice.
that's why. But yeah, I do remember when he went back to Inter. I'm pretty sure that was the same. I might be wrong about this. I think that might have been around the same time when they signed Shaqiri.
Oh my God, Shaqiri! Talk about people that fell off.
Yeah.
Fuck, we should put that on the list. Didn't even think about
No,
that.
but he didn't
little
fall
guy.
off because, like, watch this World Cup. We're gonna see him
Oh,
again.
yeah,
and
he's
he's
gonna
gonna
be
have
a
a stellar
god.
World
He's-
Cup.
he's just a-
he's a
he-
Diego Forlan. He's literally
He's a
Diego
national
Forlan.
team merchant.
Yeah,
Scores a
100%.
bicycle kick from outside the fucking box like nobody's business.
He's like, oh, what's the? Oh my God, what's the Mexico goalie?
Oh, Ochoa.
Ochoa.
No one even knows if he has a club team.
I don't even think he played in a club.
No,
Every time he'd have unreal World Cup, I'm like, dude, why doesn't Juve sign this guy? This guy's unreal. Where does this guy play? And I never knew where he
Wasn't
played.
there that rumor that Ochoa had like 6 fingers on one hand or some shit like that?
And that's why he was so
I remember
good.
I actually convinced like my dad. I'm like, yeah, dad, look at his glove, and it was like a photoshopped image of like a 6th finger, and I'm like, that's not funny.
There's like that Photoshop thing that was going around.
I thought it was real. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I tried to
'Cause you're
convince
low.
everyone else. I'm stupid though.
you're
But
not bright.
anyways, he's on Hertha Berlin.
He still plays?
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, okay, I didn't know that.
Exactly.
That I didn't know.
See, I didn't even know he still played because you don't hear about him. And like,
Hertha Berlin, like that's like it's still in the Bundesliga.
it's still a somewhat notable team.
If you said like, oh, he's
too.
on like Al Khelaifi or something, I'd be
Who?
like, I don't know, one of those teams in
oh,
Qatar.
Wiz Khalifa,
No, those teams in Qatar, those random teams on FIFA.
Al Fateh.
Yeah, one of that team, sure. Like, if he was on
Al-Fateh.
that team, I'd be like, oh yeah, probably. But like, I did not know he was still playing in like a relevant league.
No, again, I agree. Like, I genuinely didn't know he was.
That's
I thought he retired for sure. I thought
learn
for sure
something
he's like
new every day.
57. Next up, I'll mention his name earlier actually, Alexandre Song.
It was a little Easter egg I did on purpose.
Yeah, he's just getting you ready for the sequel, you know. So yeah, Alex Song,
He's
Arsenal
another
legend.
guy, but I mean, he came out and like he said said his intentions.
He admitted it afterwards, which you know what I kind of respect. Like
Like,
he even admitted, like Barcelona came
he
up to
didn't-
him. He
he
wanted to
didn't
be a
hide it.
millionaire. He wasn't winning any silverware. He wanted to play with the big boys. He was told he was never going to play either.
Yeah, and
But
he was like, okay,
this is the crazy part. He still plays.
really?
See,
Nah,
dude, when
dude.
I was doing this research,
That might be crazier than the Jovetic one.
when I was doing the research for like these players, I was thinking like,
I thought
okay,
when-
like they're
I thought when
retired now or something, right?
I thought when
Nope.
Barca signed him, he was like already like 31, 32.
Well, was on Arsenal when
sure
he
he was
started
retired
when he
now.
was like 24 years old. He spent 8 years on Arsenal, then went to Barca.
Yeah.
So, like, I would imagine, like, he was there 2-3 years, whatever. Then he actually went to West Ham.
I remember that.
I don't see.
The only reason,
Why do you remember the random team in between?
I remember the West Ham move because Zach. Because I remember him saying that when they signed him, he was like, "Oh yeah, Song." I was like, man, the guy was washed up Barca. He's not gonna do anything now.
He was supposed to be the next Michael Essien. And like, I don't think Michael Essien was anything crazy, but he was that destroyer in the midfield.
But
you know, he was an animal.
He got ruined because the problem with some of these players that they have the skill, they could be one of the best in their position, but they come from these really poor countries. And you see it with a lot of Brazilians.
Yeah,
they come from these poor countries. They get that big money contract, and even if it's you saw with what was his name, Oscar, when he moved.
Yeah,
he went to China. There was offers everywhere. Real Madrid. There was a couple teams in Serie A that were interested in him. A couple teams in the Prem that wanted him, and he ended up going to China. But he said it like
he wanted.
He's like, my family, we grew up poor, and I have to think for the future, and I want to help them out. I want to help myself out, and whatever. And he was straight up.
I respect the players that come out and admit that, like right off the bat.
Those players are like the ripe age of like 24, like they go to like Zenit and
and
they play there, and they're like, oh yeah, Zenit is a big club. I've always wanted to play for Zenit.
It's good for my career. We're growing the brand. You're not fucking growing shit. No one's gonna watch
they have
you.
a real project here. It's I want to come help grow the
no one
league.
Else wants you.
No one else wants you, and you wanted money. So that's just those stupid players.
I don't know. Song was great, but I mean, he still plays, and the team he plays for is called Arta Solar.
Where are they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say that makes sense though. If you that makes sense though.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even look into it.
Hertha Berlin, crazy.
Because that's still a relevant team. But Arta Solar, if you know where they're from, let me know. Let us know in the comments. That'd be pretty crazy actually to look into them. I should have looked.
I had no idea.
But whatever. Another name I want to say, Alan Halilovic.
Alan, that's it. Wait, that's the guy from Barca, right? It was supposed to be like him or Odegaard.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Alan Halilovic was dubbed the Croatian Messi.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be this guy, and I still remember it was Odegaard, Halilovic, and I think Mastur, or Matsur, however you pronounce his name.
We got the next Neymar.
Oh my God! Look, him and El Shaarawy are doing crazy Pepsi commercial.
That was him and Neymar.
That did the Pepsi commercial?
Yeah, him and Neymar did it. Everyone's
right.
like, oh, look, he's with Neymar. Look, Neymar said, like, this guy here, watch out for him. Yeah, and then now watch out for him. And where is he now?
I don't even know. I think he's still on, like, Pek Zwolle in the Netherlands. But Halilovic, he is just ass now. Yeah. He's playing for a team called, I'm going to 100% butcher this name, and I'm sorry to anyone in Croatia listening to this, Rijeka. Rijeka.
So like Odegaard didn't turn out to like Real Madrid, like stay there, and like turn out to I guess what they thought he was gonna be. But he's clearly the better one out of
he's on Arsenal and
he actually is making something out of his now he's actually like you see he's last year he went to Arsenal.
He went there on loan from it was another team in Spain. He let Las Palmas.
I don't know what team was, but yeah,
he was on another team in Spain. I remember that because he was loaned out, and then Arsenal came and scooped him up.
Yeah, then he went there. He had a good half season. This year, so far, like I mean, he's been doing good, and he is like the games I've seen him play, he looks like he's getting better, and I feel like he has his ceiling's high. Like, he has a lot of potential.
I remember I made that crazy claim in the group chat once, and I said, "Dude, he's moving like Iniesta," and that was the worst thing I've ever said in my life.
That was the stupidest thing you've ever said.
I've made mistakes.
He looks good, but relax.
I made mistakes, and I'm very sorry for that. I apologize. He's still a really good player, but I mean, Alan Halilovic, though, apparently, I didn't know he played for all these teams.
It is.
Barcelona, Standard Liège, Hamburg, Las Palmas, Milan. He was there for 2 years, too. He didn't play once.
I knew about that. I remember that because, look, that was that time, 2018, 2020. Obviously I know that because, I mean, my brother-in-law, Mayor, he was living here still at that point pretty much every day. Pear across the street, I got to see him every day. So all I hear is Milan fans on both sides.
And I actually thought he was going to be.
I remember when they signed him and they were saying, "Oh yeah, I remember like this guy here is supposed to be good on like Barca. Like he's doing good. He played good last year. He's coming back. All this stuff." And then played 0 games there.
I was gonna say he literally like. He didn't even play one game over 2 years.
Yeah, no, I remember that now.
He was just ended up getting loaned out and just thrown around like a I was gonna say something provocative and say like a little prostitute, but I'm like, I don't know if that's provocative. Yeah, whatever. I said it already technically, so
you already said it's a little bit too late.
The deed is done, whatever. Next we got on our list. There's one name I do want to mention after this, and then we'll probably like be done with that segment, this little segment. But I remember this guy when he started on Man U. He, I think, made his debut at like 18, something like that. Mm-hmm. And it was post-Fergie era. He came in, Belgian winger, and it's when Hazard, like when Belgium started becoming this like golden generation.
Every guy that was just coming out of there was like, he's better, he's better,
was just
he's better.
Natural talent factory, like player after player, whatever. And then Januzaj.
Dude,
he was supposed to be.
I remember him, again, because of Jay, being the Man U fan, hearing about this kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, like he actually kind of looks like the real deal. Like,
dude, because
I think Man U might have got something on their hands.
He came in with like a bang. I even remember him on Man U when he was a kid. Like he came in, he did his thing, and I'm like, fuck, like maybe like he is gonna be something decent. And then he fell off a little bit and went to Dortmund. And I'm like, okay, Dortmund is good at making an average player even better.
And like bringing back kind of careers that like people kind of, they went to a team, it didn't go well for them. They kind of lost it. And then they go to Dortmund. Dortmund's kind of like that team that kind of, I feel like they figure it out for like,
they
players,
rejuvenate.
They rejuvenate.
And if you don't make it on Dortmund, usually your career is just going to go downhill. And that's exactly what happened to him. He only appeared 6 times. Didn't really do anything. Then he went to Sunderland, sucked ass there. Then he went to Real Sociedad, tried to revitalize his career. He was going to be so sick. 132 games, 15 goals. Ass.
I mean, he's still only 27.
Yes, but the chances are, like, I don't know. I look at that as
the only way for him to like turn it up now and be like, you know what, like I still have a chance. Like I'm still playing on. I mean, he's on Sevilla now, so he's still playing on a relevant team.
Sucks.
But they're still a relevant team in a top league.
Yes.
Okay. He's still playing there. He's at that age now, 27. He has to have it in his head that, okay, you know what? I want to turn this around and, you know, I want to make something out of my career.
Yeah.
Instead of, or he's just going to look at it and say, you know what, whatever. I'm just going to ride it out for the next couple of years and he's going to retire and he's going to, I don't know, move back to Belgium or go on some Belgium reality TV show or something.
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought he was playing back in Belgium. I didn't know he was on Sevilla until like I looked into it and I'm like, oh.
No, I knew he was on Sevilla just because of FIFA.
I didn't even know that. I'm not even gonna pretend I know everything. I genuinely didn't know that. Yeah. I'm like, whatever happened to him. Last guy I want to say, because I'm not gonna lie, I fucking loved him as a player, and I genuinely believed, I was so convinced because I'd always buy him in career mode in FIFA. I always thought he was gonna be something sick. There was a point where Roma was linked with him, and I'm like, oh, 20-year-old, I love him.
I always knew.
I thought this guy was the next big thing.
No, I knew he was going to be
Hesse or Jesse Rodriguez. Real Madrid.
I knew he was going to be trash.
He was this left winger that also played striker. He had the perfect mix of pace and power. He was so fucking good. Yeah. He was an animal. For their youth academy, obviously. Yeah. And then like when he even went up to the senior side, like he kind of like had flashes of like this brilliance and whatever. And then PSG knocks on the door and it's like, okay, you know what? We're going to take him. I'm like, fuck, PSG's still like interested in this guy. Like, PSG, come on, man.
Everybody. You can't look at who PSG buys.
I know. But I was just so convinced. And then just like his hairline, his career started moving backwards. Just started getting worse and worse and worse. Thanks.
That was a good one.
I thought about that before.
This guy was thinking about that the whole episode. I can't wait. I gotta say this.
But no, he just started getting worse and worse. He became a SoundCloud rapper.
Did he actually?
He's pretty crazy, dude. He thinks he's gonna be like featured on Drake's new album. So I don't know what the fuck is going on.
So now he put his soccer career to the side at the ripe age of 29.
Yeah.
And said,
No. You're wrong. He still plays. He still plays for some Turkish side named
Don't even say.
I'm not gonna butcher that. I'm not gonna say Anka.
Okay, I can see it on the screen.
Ankaragucu. Turkish.
So he still plays, but he's also a rapper.
Yes.
So like football player by day, rapper by night.
Yeah. Hits up sick clubs, you know.
Hesse Rodriguez.
That's why.
Is that his rap name?
Probably. Or just Hesse.
Just Hesse. Is it Hesse or just Hesse?
No, it's I honestly, one day I want to listen to his SoundCloud.
I don't, man. If it's anything like a soccer career, then I don't want to listen to it, dude.
Yeah, I like that one too. Fuck, poor
I'm
guy's
not
just getting
listening to
ripped
that, man.
apart with these one-liners, eh?
Dude, he's fucking but he was a guy that honestly, even when he was like, I remember like him coming on as a sub for Madrid and even for PSG, I never thought he was good.
Dude, it was him.
He was never a guy that came on and I was like, fuck, like I'm worried about this guy.
I still remember it was him, Gerard Deulofeu. Those were the two, and Barcelona had Gerard Deulofeu. Jesse Rodriguez was on Real Madrid, and it was like those are the two up and coming players, same age, same whatever.
Look
like
how both of them turned out.
Well, at least Deulofeu is playing for Udinese and banging in goals. Like he's doing pretty decent
Udinese.
compared to Hesse.
Yeah, but neither of them are on
No,
Real Madrid.
neither
or
of them
Barca
hit their
or-
levels. Like
no, nowhere near their levels.
he couldn't even do it in a cold, rainy day in Stoke.
No.
Jesse Rodriguez,
He could not.
or like half of these Barcelona players that were supposed to be great, like Afellay. Where is he now? I don't know.
Yeah, he's in the MLS now.
Is he actually?
Yeah, he's in the MLS.
How do you know that?
Because I know, man. He's in the MLS.
See, I didn't know that again. I
Look
thought
it up.
I don't want to look it up. I don't care
Okay.
for Afellay. He's Dutch.
Okay, but I do have one guy that I want to say to you that I think you might have forgotten.
If
about.
you say Totti, I swear to fucking God.
I wouldn't say Totti, man.
I'll
I'm
walk
not,
off
no,
right
no.
now.
That would ruin the segment, Joe. We're not talking about washed up players that never achieved anything in their careers. We're talking about players that never made anything of themselves. Oh, he's not playing anymore.
Yeah, dude, he's retired. He did it in a cold, rainy day in Stoke too.
That's why I think he got a cold. He got a
Yeah, he
cold in
was
Stoke,
sick.
and then
Then he went to
He went to
PSV.
PSV for 3 games. Like, nah, guys, I still got this cold. I can't shake it. I gotta retire. I can't do
Maybe he
this
had
anymore.
COVID.
Okay, no, but the guy that I am talking about, that you may have forgotten, I haven't forgotten about him because I remember how you were talking about him when it
I
happened.
don't like this.
Totti. No, I'm kidding.
That's sounding right now, I swear to God.
Juan Iturbe.
Oh my God.
When that summer, when Juve was linked with him all summer, and it was like 35 mil or something, and then Roma came in last second, swooped him out of nowhere. The next, where was he from again? Paraguay?
No, Argentina at that point.
Or Argentina. He was the next Messi, the up and coming. Oh, watch out for Iturbe. Watch out. Roma signed him, and then what happened to his career? Exactly like Jesse Rodriguez hairline.
It went dude, he's fat now. Poor thing.
Look at him, man. Look at this. This is your next Messi. This is your next Messi.
Man, you know what?
What happened, Joe? What happened to him?
You know, when you even look at like when he was on Hellas Verona, when he made his like big out like break and whatever, even on Porto. When he was on Porto, people talked about how good he
Played
is.
6 games.
He played 6 fucking games. Even with Porto B, another 6 games.
Hell's Verona, like
33 games, 8 goals.
8
That's,
goals, not impressive.
That's average.
Yeah.
That's an average guy.
He was on Roma, and that's in 1 year. In Roma, in what is that? 3 years, 44 games he played in total, and he scored a whole 3 goals. The next Messi scored 3 goals.
We don't talk about that. We don't. You know what? I actually do want to say the one thing about
Disgusting.
Juan Iturbe. He was such an explosive player, and like he had all the speed in the world mixed with like the power and whatever, and he was built for like a counter-attacking side. First off, second off, what fucked his career, and I will always say it's not that he even had a career to salvage in any way, shape, or form at this point, but he tore his ACL and he tried to do what Pogba did. He tried to say, "I'm not getting a surgery done. I'm just gonna rest and rehabilitate it without the surgery." Yeah. Went against what they advised, whatever. And then every time he would start like to not even get in decent form, but Roma at one point tried to make him a right back.
Yeah.
Because, hey, buddy, you're fast as fuck. You're strong. Maybe we'll have you there.
We'll have you there. You know, you can actually play.
First game there, tore his ACL again. like, buddy, you know you're injured, and he still refused to get the surgery done. Yeah, so he's still playing with that aggravation in his knee.
He was just Joe. He was never, even if with the ACL, no ACL, he was never going to amount to anything.
No. I mean,
that guy was just overhyped
I think you realized it after like the first year with Roma when we started him and we kept starting him, and
it wasn't
fuck.
going.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, I knew you forgot about him.
That's in the dungeon.
I thought, honestly, when we were talking about this earlier today, I thought for sure, like when I picked you up and we came here, I thought for sure you were gonna have him on the list.
I was actually gonna put Mattia Destro from Roma,
but he's still like relevant. He's on Empoli.
He's relevant in what world?
Yeah, go
In the multiverse?
Go watch when Juve plays Empoli.
No, dude,
You'll bet that he's gonna score that
Oh no,
game.
dude, he'll always score against Roma too.
Even Roma too.
He,
Yeah,
he has this killer instinct against them.
that's what I'm saying.
When he was on Roma, I remember everyone.
He's
was
like, "Oh, you forgot
so
about me?"
mad. The guy
We'll see.
scored from center a week after Suarez did that volley thing. I'm like, holy fuck, Destro Suarez.
Everyone's like, "Holy shit, dude! We got the next tot. He's coming."
Turn to fucking shit, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now he scores against you, just like Osvaldo.
Osvaldo's in a band, and he looks like Johnny Depp.
But all he wanted to score, he scored against you, and he's like, "Okay, now I'm good to retire."
On that note, I'm good to retire and end this episode. Dude, I'm all about these one-liners. I'm so good today.
Shut up! You're so stupid.
I'm good with that.
All right, guys. If you haven't already, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Ultras11, and check out the YouTube video that'll be up on Wednesday. And leave a like, comment, and subscribe on there. And if you haven't checked out our merch already, go to ultras.com. Let us know what you think about it. You know, if you want to show us some support by buying it, wearing it, taking a picture. Send us a picture. Let us know what you think.